This profile pop-up is for Elaine. Now, I love that picture. It's a beautiful picture. If you get people to the profile, you may want to be able to add some sort of a background here that suggests the type of thing you're interested in doing, which looks like it's if I'm looking at your headline, and by the way, let me back up, I'm getting ahead of myself. If I'm doing a search for your name, and sorry it's not pulling up there, I will put it in again. If I put that search in because I know your exact name, this is what comes up, right? You got your picture. It's a little hard to see, and this is why I like it being zoomed in, because that's pretty bad, as you can tell. It's from a perspective standpoint, it's so hard to make out your face even. So your name is pretty short, which is great. So we get to see about three words. So that's got to count though. So one of the things I'm noticing right away, and I want to point it out, coordinator, Children's Oral Health Coalition, at, when I see that at, I know this was part of a default. Either it was you let it go and when you were adding the position and you just let it update your headline, or you're still just kind of sticking with the typical default. Because what it is here's the nice long name of your current position at the current company, Cook's Children Healthcare System. So you basically have the default profile, or the default headline, and there's so much more you could be doing with that, Elaine. 120 characters, I want to know what that means. What kind of a coordinator? I get it, it's in public health, or it's healthcare, but what kind of coordinator? Project coordinator? Now here, I'm glancing at your About section. Experience coordinator, demonstrated history, hospital healthcare, Word, coalition. If I'm a recruiter, let me back up a second. Keep in mind, I may see this much of your profile, right? I'm probably going to see a little more. I'm going to see your entire snapshot, if you will, of that headline. So like if I go out and I say, because we're first connections, and I say, Elaine Vivens, look, I get to see a little bit more, right? But I kid you not, that might be as much as they're going to see. They're going to see your most of your headline, your name, your picture, a little bit of the actual About section there. And then there's a whole bunch of other Elaine Vivens. You've got competition, right? Do I have the right one? It says, here's one, that might be yours. It looks like, one shared connection. You may have a duplicate profile. You may want to clean that up. But a lot of things I can tell you about more in the comments. But if I go in here and I look at your profile, this is another big concern I have. You have a current position, which is huge, that you've got to have that. But when I go to click in here to see what you have, okay, I'm not seeing anything. Now, on the app, that's not necessarily a big deal. But when I go to click in one more time, I tap on it one more time, I'm at the company page. Same thing here. See, what I already noticed at this point is you don't have any detail. You don't have anything as the description for each of these positions. So I'm left having to figure out from the title alone and the company names what you've done. So you've gone from a program associate, executive director, to community relations coordinator, to another coordinator. I don't know exactly what you're doing, Elaine, and that you're missing out on that opportunity. So now, as a recruiter, as somebody interested in you, I have to go back and open up your About section, but on its own, and then when I do, there's really not much there to grab on either. So you really want to get that flush full of different value statements, if you will. What do you bring to the table? What is your value offering to a company? Why should they snatch you up? And you've got to do that in that little bit we see right there. Experienced coordinator with a demonstrated history of working, and that's it. It gets cut off. I don't want to see the words experienced. I don't want to see demonstrated history. I want you to show me that you have a demonstrated history. What kind of results have you done? So I'm going on a little bit too much about this probably, but there was some great discussion I saw on LinkedIn today from Austin Belsack, I believe is how you say his name, if I'm getting it right. He had an awesome post or comment, and just really good engagement. I liked it a lot. I think it was his post, actually, where he basically said, you've got to prove you can do the job. So it's not just about saying that you have a proven record. You need to prove you can do the job. So I would definitely suggest you check out his information if you want more about that. Let me know in the comments or about any of the stuff that we've said. And one last thing, turn off that competition, okay? It's tough enough out there, and change your URL. Anyway, last couple little bonus tips. Hope that helped, Elaine. Let me know in the comments. Thanks.